Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Check it out. This kind of videos disgust me. And I know that I say that every now and then, but this one's right here just puts me out there. I'm going to tell you, I'm about to run a video for you guys to see this, and it is so disgusting that I'm just going to warn you. I'm just going to warn you that this is going to disturb you because this is people running for the president of the United States. Yep, I said it. President of the United States, Biden, supporting child abuse. And some of you guys may disagree with me, and it is what it is, but check it out. Once you become an adult and you want to do whatever you want to do, that's on you. Once you become an adult and you want to date or do whatever, that's you. I mean, again, I can tell you that that's not God's plan for your life. I can tell you that, but you make the decision and you decide what you're going to do because once again, you are an adult. But when you are abusing kids, giving medication to the children that are going to destroy the future, this medication has signs or additional issues that could give you depression. I mean, some of these people committing suicide and all this stuff, that's just uncalled for, man. On call, and I'm going to tell you, I sincerely doubt that a little kid could make those kind of decisions. But not only that, I will be willing to argue that you, the adult, is pushing that nonsense on him. Because what do kids know when they're 8 years old? Do they know that I'm a transgender? Do they know anything about sexuality? They don't really know. What they know is what you push on them. And if you push that trash, that's what you're going to get. And again, that's why I say this is definitely a psychological abuse. Definitely. It becomes physical when you give them medication that is actually hurting their body. Let me show you this video. And again, I said this is disturbing. Before I get into that, remember, if you want to support the channel, you can do it multiple different ways. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Share the videos. Share the videos wherever you want. I definitely appreciate that. Obviously, if you want to help the channel, you could become a patron. Big shout out to my patrons. You guys are amazing. This kind of topics get me in trouble, and you know what? It's good to have people like you that are supporting here the channel and are helping me produce content. Again, I truly appreciate it. Let's hit the intro and let's start talking about this. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let me bring this up here. All right, we're in the right page. And this is from Mark Dice. If you're not subscribed to Mark Dice, definitely check him out. He puts excellent videos here in YouTube. I've been watching it for quite some time. So, again, he shared this on Twitter. And what we got here is just recently the town hall that it was done, right? President Trump did one. Joe Biden did one. There's a couple things that I'm going to talk about this town hall in future videos, so definitely stay tuned for that. But now we have a lady. We have a lady here asking about her daughters, and one is 10 and one is 8, and what she called a daughter is actually a boy that she considered to be a girl. Again, 8 years old, and the first thing I'm going to tell you when I play this video is that I want you to look at the lower third, right? This lady, again, let me just play the video.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
She's a physical therapist. I mean, a lot of times when we talk about this, we think that this is like people that are not educated. This is educated people. This is people that are supposed to be educated. I told my son, you know what? I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to try not to get into that because I was talking about my boy about educated people versus the Bible. That's a topic right there. Let me go back to this. So, again, educated people, right? And this is what they say.
I'm the proud mom of 2 girls, 8 and 10. My youngest daughter is transgender. The Trump administration...
8 and 10. My youngest daughter is transgender. What does she know? She's 8 years old. Our job is to educate these children. The only reason why she's probably calling her or him calling herself, him calling himself her, there we go, this is confusing, is because you pushing that nonsense to them. right? So, I mean, again, if your daughter or if your son say, I'm a different sex at the age of 8, really? You're going to tell them, oh, sure, let's make that decision. What else? If they tell you, hey, I want to smoke some cigarettes, is that cool? Hey, I want to do drugs. Is that cool? Are they old enough to decide if they want to, I don't know, do some drugs? Get a beer? Drink a beer? Go out on a date with people? A guy or a girl at that age? Of course not. They're kids. They are little kids that are supposed to be, educated by us, by adults. This is why the future of our children is so scary right now. But then you think to yourself, well, this guy's running to be the president of the United States, the leader of the Democratic Party, right? The top guy is going to, if everything goes the right way to him, he's going to become the president. You would think he would say, no, he's 8 years old. Why is he or she making that decision? No, they are babies still. They need too much to learn. We need to help them out. No. Watch what he says. Watch what he says.
Has attacked the rights of transgender people, banning them from military service, weakening non-discrimination protections, and even removing the word transgender from some government websites. How will you, as president, reverse this dangerous and discriminatory agenda and ensure that the lives and rights of LGBTQ people are protected under U.S. law?
I will flat out just change the law. Eliminate.
I will flat out just change the law. Let me tell you something. First of all, this is nonsense. I could go into the whole people in the military, right, and all that. The military, and I'm not going to go too much into it, but look, the military tells you that if you have high blood pressure, there's things you cannot do. If you have different medical conditions, you cannot join the military. Are they being racist towards you? If you have high blood pressure, is the military being racist against you? Or should you identify as a person with no high blood pressure? Right? Because we want to identify as you want to. Right? So again, the fact that you want to change your sex or you're going through all this process and all that is the military tell you, no, we don't want you. The military has the right to make sure that you are medically fit and you don't have any conditions to join the service. And the reason why is because when you find yourself in combat, they don't have time to deal with you. They don't have time to bring you back from Afghanistan into the medical so you could take a pill. They just don't have that time. We're playing big boy games now, right? The reason why these people are doing all this nonsense is because our troops are doing what is supposed to be done. And they just don't have the time to deal with nonsense. But I digress. I'm going to get into something else. Again, this is not a right against LGBTQCD PLT community. It's not. This have nothing to do with that community. None. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when you become an adult and if you want to do whatever you want to do, that's what you do. When you become an adult and you want to do whatever you do, that's what you do. What is the age of consent or not consent of adult? 18. You do whatever you want to do. So when you are below 18, you are a minor, you are a kid, specifically at the age of 8 years old. So this has nothing to do with the rights of LGBTQ CLPD community. This has everything to do with the rights of a baby, a little kid that is 8 years old and may be confused. And we need to talk to him. And we need to show him exactly educated in the right way. Now, if we becomes 18 and he wants to make a decision, again, not the decision that I would want my kids to make, not the decision that I would like to see, but whatever decision he wants to make, that's on him. But when he's 8 years old, it's a kid. This is child abuse. Child abuse. This, what we're seeing right here, is this lady that wants to pass their agenda and wants to do this. This have nothing to do with the 8-year-old kid. This have everything to do with this girl. You see her here talking to the nomination of the vice president of the whatever, Again, you see this. This is why it's so important to vote, guys. I could go all day about this. I get so upset about this because this is destroying our children. If this kid, I don't know the status of this kid, but if this kid start taking medication, it will have damage to his body that cannot be taken away. It's going to be with him forever. Right? And whenever he's 16, 17, and he says, what I was thinking, I don't know why my mom did this to me. I don't even remember what I was thinking when I was 8 years old, but now I'm 16, and now guess what? I got to deal with the issues that my mom put me through because she was pushing their agenda. This is psychological abuse, and it's definitely, I'm telling you right now, it's definitely physical abuse the moment that they start taking all those medications and stuff like that.
Those executive orders, number one. You may recall I'm the guy who said, I was raised by a man who I remember I was being dropped off. My dad was a high school educated, well-read man who...
I don't even know what he's saying. I really don't know. I know English is my second language, and I'm trying to get better with my English speaking, but again, English is my second language, but I don't even know where he's going with this. He's all over the place, and again, this is supposed to be the president of the United States if he wins, right? And the thing about this is a lot of you guys criticize him. I won't that much because he's old. This is old. This is what happened. Listen, people, that's why when you become old, you need to retire. And people like this that have millions, come on, man, do you hate your family? Do you truly hate your family? Because if I have millions of dollars, I would just stay home, not work, spend time with my family, spend time with my children, my grandkids, go to church, and have a great time. No need for me to deal with this nonsense. Really no need, because you get old and you just can't hack it no more. It's time to let it go, Grandpa. It's time to go home and enjoy your last years you have.
Was a really decent guy, and I was being dropped off to get an application in the center of our city, Wilmington, Delaware, the corporate capital of the world at the time. And these two men, I'm getting out to get an application to be a lifeguard in the African American community because there was a big swimming pool complex. And these two men, well dressed, leaned up and hugged one another and kissed one another. And I'm getting out of the car at the light, and I turned to my dad. My dad looked at me and said, "Joey, it's simple. They love each other." The idea that an 8-year-old
Two men. I seriously doubt this story, by the way, but two men. And that says it's simple. They love each other. Two men. I wonder if he has a different opinion if it was an 8-year-old kid. But again, I seriously doubt this story.
Child or a 10-year-old child decides, I decided I want to be transgender. That's what I think I'd like to be. It'll make my life a lot easier. There should be zero discrimination. And what's happening is too many transgender women of color are being murdered. They're being murdered. I mean, I think it's up to now 17. Don't hold me.
Yeah, you know what? I don't disagree. I wouldn't say that it's not true that too many transgender women of colors are being murdered. You know what else is happening? Too many kids are being abused by their parents.
That number, but it's higher now.
Yeah.
And that's just this year. And so I promise you, there is no reason to suggest that there should be any right denied your daughter or daughters, whichever, if one or two. One, your daughter, that your other daughter has a right to be and do. None. Zero. And by the way, my son Bo passed away.
I had enough of this. This is what I'm telling you guys. I've been talking about this for quite some time. You got to be aware. You got to be aware of what's going on. These people are dangers to our community. These people are dangers to our children and the future of this country. You got to go and vote. You got to do it. There's no other way. Let me know what you think. Put comments down below. And as always, God is in control.